What do you think, buddy? On Cloudsurfer. I know I'm a little bit late to the party on these, but I'm kind of a little bit short on good daily trainers right now that can just handle the easy mileage. So we're gonna give these guys a shot. Go. All right, let's talk about the On Cloudsurfer. I think technically it's the On Cloudsurfer 7 or something, but you know, On doesn't really pay that much attention to serial numbers, so we'll just call it the Cloudsurfer, the newest Cloudsurfer in 2023. And I've got a lot of positive things to say about it, which if you know me and my usual opinion on On shoes, then that's quite a departure. So in isolation, just talking about this shoe, it's a pleasant shoe to run in. It's a nice treat, actually. The upper is very comfortable. You wouldn't know it by looking at it, but if you take a closer look at the cushion and the tongue, you know, the sidewalls there, it's a very cushioned shoe, kind of hugs your foot, more so than, you know, the On Cloud or some of the other, or the On Cloud, you know, some of the other On models, you know, that I've tried in the past. So it's very comfortable on the top. The midsole has a really good giving response to it. And that doesn't have to do with the softness of the foam, because this Helion foam is actually a pretty high durometer. Now, I don't have an actual durometer to test it. I've seen some durometer readings of it. And when they introduced Helion foam with the Cloud Swift a few years ago, which was an overrated shoe, very disappointing, I kept on thinking, this is really a firm foam, and I didn't get the response from it. But even though it's a firm foam, the way that these pods, these cloud units are designed, this kind of cascading slope here, allows it to really kind of structurally compress on itself and give you some give and some rebound, which is great at a base pace, even slightly faster than base pace, but also slower than base pace as well. I tried a variety of paces at this, everything from a base pace between 8 and 7:30 per mile, all the way down to 10 minutes per mile when I was running a recovery run with a friend, even doing some, you know, intervals in the 5:20 to 5:40 pace. Now, it doesn't do all of those paces the best, but it's good. It's competent for all of those paces. I would say once I'm getting into that 5:20 pace, it kind of stops giving back and it feels a little more trainery rather than workout-y, but it still feels fine at the slower paces. I did everything from a 6-mile recovery run up to a 20-mile long slow distance run, LSD, long slow distance. I would say at the end of that 20, I was kind of wanting a little bit more on my foot, but for runs of up to 2 hours, which is still plenty long, there's enough shoe here to go around. I think its sweet spot is up in the 90-minute range, you know, from the 0 to 90-minute range. 2 hours, it's still fine, but for your longer long runs, I might, you know, pick something like the Saucony Triumph, something in that vein, a little more premium but traditional. The outsole rubber is pretty durable, pretty grippy. I tried to run through some slick surfaces. Also, this Helion foam, while it is not the most forgiving in its own right, it's durable. I have done 49 miles on this shoe over 4 runs in the past week, less than a week. And we look at my highway areas, you can Other than the dirt, you can hardly tell that there's any wear. There's a little bit, if I zoom in really close, a little bit of smoothing of the outsole right there, but less so than most shoes after putting that much mileage in a similar amount of time. So, form and function of this shoe. It's a great all-rounder. I would compare it in form and function to this shoe, the Asics Nova Blast, which you guys know I love, as just a mileage hog, an all-rounder, something that can handle the long runs, it can handle the easy paces. Not what I'd reach for if I wanted to pick up the pace, but it could handle it better than some of those, big, thick recovery run shoes. We'll get into more of this comparison later, but definitely a good all-rounder, daily trainer type of shoe. Other comparisons. A lot of the running I did in this shoe kind of remind me of the Kinvara 14, which is a lot lighter. This is a 6.9 ounce shoe, maybe 7 in my size. This is an 8.3 ounce shoe, 235 grams in the sample size, so it might be 8.4 in my men's US size 9.5. About the same weight as this shoe, actually, maybe a little bit lighter. So it's a little bit lighter than Nova Blast, certainly heavier than the Kinvara. And while the Kinvara can do a lot of things, I think the Kinvara will flatten out on the long run a little bit before the Cloudsurfer will. Other shoes I would think of as far as things that I could wear as an all-rounder, but also wear for casual wear and travel with. Some of the shoes that I travel with are the Asics Gel-Nimbus 25 and the New Balance Fresh Foam More V4. And these are both really thick boys that I would use for recovery days. Really soft, really cushy, would not pick up the pace in either of these, but very comfortable to wear. I think the Cloudsurfer matches them in on-the-foot comfort, maybe not quite as much under the foot comfort, although there's still 38 millimeters of stack height in the heel here, down to 28 in the forefoot. So it's a decently high shoe. And it can handle those slow, easy paces too, but I think it's a little bit more versatile. And if I were going to be traveling, wearing a shoe to the airport, it's probably going to be this. Easy on and off, looks good with jeans. I can wear it casually for, whatever trip I'm on, and then I don't have to pack another pair of shoes in my bag. Or if I'm doing a race or something like that, I'll just pack a pair of racing flats and still wear these to the airport. So it's a great all-around shoe as far as beyond running too. Casual wear is something that On does well. And for a lot of the shoes, like the On Cloud, casual wear would be the only thing I would suggest it for. Not so for this one. This is an all-rounder. As far as some of the workout efforts, I already talked about the Kinvara 14 being comparable underfoot. A lot of people might also go with the Hyperion Max by Brooks as kind of a workout shoe that you could also use for some other stuff. This skews towards the faster stuff. And I think if I were going to do something like minuters on the road or spending some time in a higher zone, I would run in this, and it's a little bit lighter than this. But again, this is going to do more things. It's a jack of all trades, master of none. Talking about price, since I have the Hyperion Max in my hand, this shoe has not been discounted. It's $170 US, whereas this shoe, the Cloudsurfer, is $160, so comparable. In fact, this shoe is similar in price to both of these, but can do more than either of those. So it might be a better value than some of the big cushy boys, and it might also be certainly a better value than the Hyperion Max, even though this is more fun for fast stuff. However, it's hard to compete with value with the Kinvara 14 and the Nova Blast 3. The Kinvara 14, I think even at full price, is $120 US, and while I'm probably not going to reach for this for a 20 miler, it could do that, it could handle it well, and it could handle anything up to 90 minutes well, easy paces, workout paces, and it's lighter, nice breathable upper, and it's going to be cheaper than the Cloudsurfer. The Cloudsurfer is just got a little bit more of that general all-purpose appeal. The Nova Blast 3 at the making of this video has just gone on sale, finally, on the ASICS website as well as other big retailers. And it's dropped $30 off its $140 price tag. You can get it for under $110 in most places now, maybe even some deeper discounts. These, you can tell by the creasing, have seen some wear. This little outsole is going to last forever, although it's slick. If you haven't gotten this one, and I know I'm late to the party on this one, but you're looking to save some money and something to have similar form and function, the Nova Blast 3 would be a great choice. Probably not as good in the looks good with jeans category, but it's hard to argue against this one. However, if you're interested in On or are a fan of On and haven't picked this up, most fans of On have picked this shoe up, but you're looking for a good all-rounder that also looks good, which does matter. Don't tell me it doesn't. Nice, versatile, could wear to work, could wear to the airport, and could do for most runs, jack of all trades, master of none, then there's nothing wrong with this shoe. This is my favorite On shoe that has come out, period. Take that with the context that I haven't been the biggest fan of On running, but they are going in the right direction. Removing the speed board that made everything stiff, keeping it flexible, using this really durable foam, but arranging the structure in a very forgiving way. So kudos to On with the Cloudsurfer. This is probably their best shoe of the year, maybe their best shoe they've ever made, in my opinion, but one of the best all-rounders for the year of 2023, in my opinion. Hope you guys have enjoyed this short review. Please like, subscribe, and ding the bell for notifications. That's also what LSD stands for. Yeah, thanks. I'll see you on the next one.